The enigmatic Glenn Lehrer. What an incredible man.
Whenever I think about Glenn, I can't help but smile. He was a walking sunbeam, that man.
Welcome to my studio.
Glenn was not just an inspiration to me professionally, but also a great friend of mine.
And he was not just someone we knew at Gempori, he was family.
He would walk into our office space, or he would walk into the bar, or he would walk into the studio and always bring such an amazing energy.
He was such a kind, caring and loving man.
He was appreciative and he was welcoming, and there wasn't anything he wouldn't do for anyone.
He was an incredible gentleman, such a wonderful, wonderful man, so passionate about everything that he did.
Glenn was always extremely generous with his time. You know, he helped educate me in the gem world and helped introduce me to some of my peers.
I think how generous he was with his time, with me as a mentor in this gem trade where so much knowledge is held by so few people. Glenn was always incredibly generous.
Just always exactly the same on air as he was off air, full of life, full of incredible creative ideas. You know, he always brought something new to the table every single time.
He made me laugh on screen, and we would always chat off screen, and there are so many of us that have memories of that, because Glenn was a friend.
He really kind of took me under his wing, and I'll forever be indebted to Glenn's generosity.
To be self-taught like that, to understand the way that light behaves. I always called him the manipulator of light. He was a magician and a true genius.
His talent is and was incredible, like really talented from an artistic perspective, from understanding the fundamentals of the physics and the laws of refraction and understanding all of the different gemstones.
He wasn't just a lapidarist, he had a way of transforming the soul of a gemstone into life.
He always had time for everybody. You could sit and talk to Glenn and he'd tell you about the most amazing journeys that he'd had over the years.
Meeting Glenn and Sharon in the gem world, you know, where they would hold court around fire pits and hear stories. And no matter how many times that I'd spent with Glenn, I'd always hear a different story.
But when I think of my friend Glenn, I'm thinking of the times we were gem mining in Oregon together, high up in the Atlas Mountains.
Spending a week with him in Morocco when he had actually been in touch with Salah and Aladdin, who were mining Moroccan amethyst, and we went out there, and Glenn was just a world of knowledge, such fun to be around, but also we had a really great time. You know, it's memories I will treasure forever.
Hiking together to try and find amethyst, and as well as the gemstones, breaking bread with the Bedouin people, sharing some wine and hearing the stories of his incredible time.
He's not just left his legacy in the gemstones that he's carved and the pieces of beauty that he's created. He's left his legacy in our hearts in so many different ways, in the joy of actually knowing him as a person.
So yeah, when I think of Glenn, I think of an incredible artist, but I also think of a man with an unrivaled zest for life.
And I guess with the work that he's left as his legacy, that is his wish for it to live on.
And I think of the obligation I have to continue going out to gem mines, because that's what my friend Glenn would want me to do.
And I feel so lucky that I've been able to spend so much time with him over the last 10 years.
I'll always miss you, Glenn. When I look up at the stars, I know there is a little element of you there somehow, because you had a way of lifting up the edges of the universe and finding the bits that we don't always see, and you showed that to us, and I'll always be grateful. We'll miss you.
But more than anything, we've lost an incredible presence in the gem industry and a real, true friend.
And it was an honour to work with him. He was funny, kind and lovely, and I will never forget him.
And I'm sure he's up there somewhere watching down, watching this community continue to celebrate him, and probably quite humbled by that as well, because he was an incredibly humble genius.
So Glenn, wherever you are, shine like a beacon, my friend, because you are the manipulator of light, and I look forward to clinking glasses with you at some time in the future.